Hey everyone, it's Jenna from Cruise Blog, and today we are going on a full tour of Carnival's Celebration Key in the Bahamas. Celebration Key is Carnival's private destination on Grand Bahama Island in the Caribbean. In this video, we are going on a tour of Celebration Key so you can see everything to do and experience. That way you can pick the best things to do on your visit. So when you disembark your cruise ship, you'll be on the pier at Celebration Key. It takes around 6 minutes to walk from the ship to the entrance. You can also opt to take the tram. Trams are complimentary and get you from place to place around Celebration Key within just minutes. Trams can be especially convenient for guests with mobility issues or people that just need a break from walking in the heat on warm summer days. The walk itself is really nice. You'll get beautiful views of the beaches on either side, and we'll see more of these beaches later in the tour. So Celebration Key is split into 5 portals: Starfish Lagoon, Calypso Lagoon, Paradise Plaza, Locono Cove, and Pearl Cove Beach Club. We will visit all of these portals in this tour, but we'll start off here with Paradise Plaza. This is the entry point to Celebration Key. You'll find this really cool sign, which is a great location for photos, and Paradise Plaza is your jump-off point to discover the rest of the destination. There's a really nice fountain in the middle too, and there's live music played throughout the day. Sometimes you might also find local Bahamians dressed in traditional costume for Junkanoo parades. Now, if you have a question or concern for guest services, or if you have a shore excursion booked, you can visit the guest services and shore excursions desks at Paradise Plaza. If there are multiple ships in port, just look for the sign with your ship's name. Having guest services in Paradise Plaza is convenient so that you don't have to go back to the ship to get questions answered. There's also a map of Celebration Key here, as well as in other areas throughout the destination. On the other side of guest services and shore excursions is a bar. Now, just a heads up, Carnival's drink packages don't work at Celebration Key, so you'll want to save extra if you plan to drink while ashore. This bar is close to the lagoon and near the entry point for Celebration Key, so it might be a great first choice for a welcome drink once you arrive. Also in Paradise Plaza is a store where you can buy sunscreen and other essentials. I recommend bringing sunscreen with you though, as prices ashore are going to be high. There's also Yum Shine Scoops. This is an ice cream shop that costs extra, but offers a variety of ice creams such as vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and toasted coconut. Compared to the soft serve ice cream and frozen yogurt on board your Carnival ship, this is hard scooped ice cream. There are also sundaes and a variety of toppings available. Although there is free ice cream on Carnival ships, there's something extra yummy about sundaes with toppings, especially on a warm day at Celebration Key. Next, we have Sun Castle water slides. There are 2 racing water slides at Celebration Key. These cost extra, and at the time of the recording of this video, you can purchase an unlimited ride pass for $15 per person. So in this video, when I talk about a price, this is the price of the time I'm recording this video, so prices may change if you're watching this several years into the future. So anyway, these water slides wind through over 350 feet of drops and turns going into and out of the giant sandcastle. Even though the water slides cost extra, I thought the price was relatively reasonable for unlimited rides throughout the day. It would certainly keep young cruisers busy. In general, Celebration Key focuses more on chill activities like lounging on the beach and in the lagoon than it does on thrilling activities like water slides. So I think having water slides ashore takes the destination up a notch. Now inside the sandcastle is Sun Castle Grounds Coffee. This is technically in another portal of Celebration Key called Locono Cove, but it's really close to Paradise Plaza too. This spot is popular in the morning, especially for cruisers who try to get off their Carnival ship as soon as possible. I always recommend disembarking early at Celebration Key, as this helps you get the best seats at the lagoon or beach. Okay, so those are the main areas of Paradise Plaza and the sandcastle, so now let's continue on with our tour. Our next stop is the Calypso Lagoon portal. Calypso Lagoon encompasses a beach, lagoon, and a variety of restaurants and bars. This area is generally more adult-focused than the other area of Celebration Key, Starfish Lagoon, which we will get to later. So first we have Calypso Beach. This beach is on the west side of Celebration Key, and it is totally stunning. It's a long beach with crystal clear water and great views of your Carnival cruise ship. All beaches and lagoon areas of Celebration Key have umbrellas and chairs available at no extra charge. There are a lot of chairs on the beach here, so you won't have a hard time finding a spot to sit. Like I said before though, you'll want to arrive early if you want a chair close to the water in a prime location. There are also life jackets available for kids and lifeguards on duty during the day. But if you want to spend a little extra, you can reserve one of these day beds ahead of time. These cost around $120 total, and each daybed can accommodate 2 guests. These are cushioned daybeds. Overall, Calypso Beach is a perfect place for adults in search of a beach day at Celebration Key. I'd say the main focus of Celebration Key isn't necessarily on the beaches though, but it's on the lagoon. So therefore, next we are at Calypso Lagoon. This is the hotspot of Celebration Key, and it's where you'll find the biggest party vibe. For those traveling without young kids, this is one of the best places to spend your day ashore. The lagoon is extremely refreshing and it's absolutely massive, so you won't feel like you're fighting the crowds. There are swim-up bars here along with cabanas, DJs, and plenty of food options nearby. Even in these videos, I feel like it's hard to convey just how big this lagoon actually is, but it is seriously gigantic. Carnival claims it is the largest freshwater lagoon in the entire Caribbean. Our first stop at Calypso Lagoon is the Sunshine Swings Bar. This was probably my favorite bar at Celebration Key. Instead of chairs, this bar has swings and they really swing. You can go back and forth over and over again as you sip your drinks. One side of the bar has swings over the water where you can dip your toes in, and the other side has swings over the sand. Sunshine Swings Bar is extremely popular, so if you see a seat available, you should definitely grab it before someone else does. And there's also some hammocks around Celebration Key, and these are the perfect place to relax in the Bahamian breeze. Of course, if you'd prefer a bar with more normal chairs, there are several of those around Calypso Lagoon too. When it's hot out, nothing sounds more refreshing than a tropical drink like a piña colada or daiquiri. Another really cool spot at Calypso Lagoon is Mingo's Tropical Bar and Kitchen. This is an extra cost restaurant, but it has really cool decor with these flamingos on the ceiling. Celebration Key offers complimentary food, but if you want a more enhanced dining experience, you will have to eat at an extra cost restaurant instead. Mingo serves up Caribbean fare like jerk chicken and coconut shrimp and a variety of frozen cocktails. But if you want to party, nothing quite beats the long neck swim-up bar. This has a live DJ, tons of seating in the water at the swim-up bar, and during my visit, it was extremely busy in the afternoon. The morning was really chill, so if you want to go when it's a little more relaxed, I recommend going before about 11 a.m. But after that, there are going to be a ton of guests here partying with the live DJ. Technically, this area is adults only, but it's located in the lagoon, which is not all adults only. So that's something to be aware of. But I loved the seating in here. It was probably the best swim-up bar at Celebration Key and akin to a classic Las Vegas pool party. And there's also a gift shop available at Mingo's too, so you can get your favorite Celebration Key gear. Behind Mingo's is the Beachside Burgers and More. This is a food truck concept where you order on a screen and go up to the food truck to get your food. All Carnival Cruise passengers are allowed one complimentary meal, which includes a main course and a chocolate chip cookie. Additional food can be purchased for an extra cost. At Beachside Burgers and More, guests can choose between classics like hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and chicken tenders. There's also a bar in this area behind Mingo's, as well as a snack shack which also offers complimentary grab-and-go eats. Also at Calypso Lagoon is the Calypso Lagoon Peninsula, and this is where you'll find tons of cabanas. So you can choose to sit in the complimentary beach loungers at Celebration Key, but if you want a more elevated experience, you can reserve one of these cabanas instead. These ones here are called the Over the Lagoon cabanas, and they cost roughly $740 for 4 people. The biggest cabana is the Over the Lagoon Super Villa, which can accommodate 10 guests and costs roughly $2,000 for a day rental. Cabanas can be worth the exclusivity for some passengers. If you're celebrating a special occasion like a family reunion, it can be really fun to rent a cabana so you have your own private space to hang out together. Of course, there is nothing wrong with the regular beach loungers at Celebration Key. I like that they come with umbrellas to keep you protected from the sun, and there are also more of these day beds that we saw earlier when we were on the beach. Next up are the Calypso food trucks. Here you won't just find cheeseburgers and hamburgers and chicken tenders. Instead, you'll find a greater variety of cuisine like tacos and sushi. I didn't eat at the food trucks during my day at Celebration Key, and I kind of regretted it. I ate at the food hall, which you'll see later, but it was a lot busier than these food trucks, so I think these are pretty underrated. A lot of Celebration Key guests don't know about the food trucks or that a lot of options there are included with your free meal, so if you want to get ahead of the crowds, I recommend eating here. And another upcharge restaurant here at Calypso Lagoon is Surf and Sauce Barbecues and Brews. This restaurant offers appetizers like jalapeno poppers and baby back ribs, and a variety of handheld sandwiches like pulled pork sandwich, brisket sandwich, or a Bahama Mama burger. Again, this restaurant does cost extra, and I think that the complimentary food at Celebration Key is satisfactory enough, but if you're looking for something a little bit different, one of these upcharge restaurants can be a nice alternative. Carnival gives guests 25% off one entree at these restaurants too. Next, if you want to get active during your day at Celebration Key, you can enjoy some of the sports and games they have available. They have volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball courts, and a variety of other sports. And they also have fun games like Connect 4. So these can be popular, especially with teenagers and kids throughout the day because they might not want to spend the entire day swimming. So now we are going to the other side of the lagoon, which is the Starfish Lagoon portal. And just like Calypso Lagoon, we have a beach here too. It's on the other side of the pier to Calypso Beach, and it had a really chill vibe during my visit. The water is really clear here too, and the beach has a lot of chairs available. The views are just gorgeous when sitting in one of these pool chairs. In general, I would say that the lagoons at Celebration Key have a party vibe, whereas the beaches offer more tranquility. So depending on what you're interested in, you can either find chill or party vibes. There are also these huge cabanas you can rent at Starfish Lagoon. Some of the smaller cabanas on the sand around the Starfish Lagoon portal cost under $600 total for a party of 4, whereas the larger over the lagoon ones can cost over $700. And also in this area, you will find a snack shack for grab-and-go bites as well as a bar, and this bar will be a little bit more quiet because it's not really in a central area, it's kind of on the far side of the beach. Now we'll go to the pool area of Starfish Lagoon. You're going to see some more family-friendly activities like a splash pad here. So let's get started and see everything that Starfish Lagoon offers. First, we're going to check out Guppy Grotto. This is a splash pad. It doesn't have water slides here, but there are a bunch of sprayers and water toys, and there's also a 2-foot wading pool. So if you're traveling with toddlers or younger children, probably geared toward those under like 7, this is perfect for them to just cool off and run around. It's also a really fun spot for those younger kids who maybe aren't as comfortable swimming in larger bodies of water. Near the splash pad are chairs, so you don't have to necessarily stand in the splash pad with your children, or you can watch your kids from the bar, which is right next to Guppy Grotto, so you can just sit back and relax with a tropical drink while your kids have fun in the splash pad. And as I said earlier, there are many swim vests that your kids can wear at Celebration Key to keep everyone safe. Or if you want to pay extra, you can also reserve different add-ons like pool noodles, inner tubes, and snorkel gear. Pool noodles are pretty cheap, like $11 for the day, and I feel like it's worth it. I regretted not having some sort of inflatable when I was swimming in the lagoon, as it would have made it even more relaxing. Next, we have the Shoal Mates Island Bar. This is really unique as it's a peninsula with these inflatable cabanas called aquabanas. So these inflatable cabanas cost around $500 for a party of 8 and include a shaded canopy and built-in table for drinks and snacks. Or instead, you could just hang out at the bar if you don't want to rent an aquabana. Next up, we have the Starfish Lagoon Peninsula, which is similar to Calypso Lagoon Peninsula that we saw earlier. The mega over-the-lagoon cabana here costs $2,000 like at Calypso Lagoon, but others are more reasonable at $740. However, the over-the-lagoon cabanas for $740 are only for 4 guests, whereas the Super Villa cabana is for 10 guests. So the price per person is roughly the same if you can find 10 people to share the cabana with. The access to the lagoon is incredible from these over-the-lagoon cabanas though. On my next visit, I would love to rent one of these with a big group of friends or family. There are also cabanas in the sand that are cheaper than those over the lagoon, and of course, there are day beds at Starfish Lagoon as well. Also in Starfish Lagoon is the Parrotfish Swim-Up Bar. So compared to the long neck swim-up bar at Calypso Lagoon, this one is a lot more relaxed. It's super picturesque, but it has a little bit more of a relaxed vibe, and there's not a live DJ party here. Next we have Captain's Galley Food Hall. This is where I ate lunch on my visit to Celebration Key, and I was surprised by the amount of options available. And there are not just American foods, but there are also pizzas, Mediterranean food, and tacos. I really wanted to try the Mediterranean food or the tacos, but the lines were pretty long on my visit, so I just opted for pizza instead. It's clear these other options were more popular. But next time, I think I'll try the Mediterranean bowl. There you can choose your base, your protein, and your toppings, or I might try one of the Mexican fare options. And you also get a warm chocolate chip cookie with every meal here. It's not a buffet, but it's more of a grab and go or build your own type of environment. And there's a bar at Captain's Galley Food Hall too. So this can be a nice place to hang out in the shade and enjoy a tropical cocktail or beer with your meal. Next, we have the Starfish food trucks. Like the Calypso food trucks, there are a variety of complimentary and extra cost options here. There are donuts available, as well as American food and Mexican food that incorporates Bahamian elements and ingredients. For example, you can order fried fish tacos with Bahamian coleslaw or a jerk chicken quesadilla. If you want to purchase an additional meal, expect to pay around $12 per entree. Next is Gill's Grill, a seafood restaurant on Celebration Key that costs extra. Again, you will get 25% off an entree at these extra cost restaurants, so that could be enough of an incentive to try them over the complimentary options. Here you'll find grilled Caribbean lobster, crab legs, cracked conch, coconut shrimp, blackened mahi-mahi, and a selection of other seafood favorites. Near Gill's Grill, you will also find these Caribbean-style drums to play some music. And like at Calypso Lagoon, on the perimeter of Starfish Lagoon, you'll find more sports and games. This area has a volleyball court, pickleball court, ping pong tables, and a basketball court. If you want to get active, this is the spot to do it. And here is one of the tram stops at Starfish Lagoon. Trams do not run in a continuous circle around the island, but there are two lines. One goes from Paradise Plaza to the end of Calypso Lagoon and back, and the other goes from Paradise Plaza to the end of Starfish Lagoon and back. So now we're going to take the tram to Pearl Cove Beach Club. Pearl Cove Beach Club is the adults-only beach club at Celebration Key. This costs extra and is accessible for guests 18 and older. At the time of recording, there are several ways you can enter Pearl Cove Beach Club. First is the all-inclusive option, which includes an open bar serving rum punch, draft domestic beer, house wine, and frozen drinks. It also includes a premium lunch in the on-site restaurant. This costs $180 per adult and is just for those 21 and older. There's also a 10-drink limit. Next is the open bar access, which includes up to 10 drinks but does not include lunch at the restaurant. This costs $140 per person and is for those 21 and up. Finally is the regular access, which starts at $80 per person and can be reserved by guests who are 18 years of age and older. It includes a welcome drink but does not include any other beverages or food. Regardless of how you enter, the Pearl Cove Beach Club is the perfect adults-only escape at Celebration Key. There is this spacious infinity pool which offers unbelievable ocean views, and there's also a bar in the pool too. This bar actually had quite a party vibe later in the day during my visit. I love these in-water loungers at the beach club, and an important distinction is that the loungers around the beach club are padded, so they're more comfortable than those elsewhere on Celebration Key. They also come with pink towels free of charge, so guests don't need to bring towels ashore with them. There's a private beach at Pearl Cove Beach Club too, which has a ton of space, but I'd say the real crown jewel of the club is the infinity pool. There's also cabanas at Pearl Cove Beach Club. They cost extra than cabanas elsewhere ashore because they also include access to the beach club. This giant super villa costs around $2,800 for a group of up to 10 guests, but it is extremely spacious. It's located on the beach, but just a short walk from the infinity pool. There are several of these smaller cabanas too, which are $1,000 for up to 4 guests. So whether you want to relax in the pool or at the beach, there are plenty of options for you. But if you've purchased the all-inclusive option, you'll be eating lunch at the Pearl Cove Beach Club restaurant. The all-inclusive menu offers items like a Mediterranean appetizer platter, sushi bar, lobster tail, wagyu burger, grilled prawns, grilled octopus, and strip loin steak. If you want to purchase items a la carte, expect to pay around $16 for a sushi roll, $20 for a burger, or $39 for a lobster tail. This would be for guests who do not purchase the all-inclusive option to the beach club. If you want to eat at the restaurant anyway, I would just purchase the all-inclusive option to the beach club and also enjoy included drinks. But if you want to save money, you can buy the cheapest admission and just exit the beach club briefly for lunch to go somewhere else like the food trucks for complimentary options. Overall, I really enjoyed my visit to Pearl Cove Beach Club. I don't think it's entirely necessary to buy admission in order to enjoy a relaxing day at Celebration Key, but it's a wonderful option for those in search of an adults-only escape. Okay, and finally we are going to check out Locono Cove. This portal is small and primarily focuses on shopping, as well as providing an exit point for excursions elsewhere around Grand Bahama Island. You'll find a lot of souvenir shops here which offer Bahamian handicrafts. You can also visit a rum cake shop to purchase the famous boozy Bahamian cakes. But if you want to take excursions outside of Celebration Key, you'll go to the exit here. However, there's honestly so much to do within Celebration Key itself that you might not find any reason to go elsewhere. A few other additional points of information at Celebration Key are that there are lockers located near the restrooms. These are available to rent for an extra charge and have built-in phone chargers available, so you can keep your phone and other electronics charged. Some even have little pharmacy vending machines next to them too, but I'd still bring these products from home as they will be more expensive ashore. You'll also find beach wheelchairs here which go around the sand. A lot of areas are also accessible via paved pathways. So there you have it, that is Cruise Blog's full tour of Celebration Key. Do you have a visit to Celebration Key soon, or have you been there before? I'd love to hear all about your experience. I really enjoyed my time overall, and I can't wait to plan another visit back. Next time I won't be filming this tour, so I will be able to just relax and enjoy the peaceful lagoon. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and turn on those bell notifications so you are notified every time Cruise Blog posts a new video. Until next time, happy cruising!